Hello students, this is Debarchana Raut, lecturer in computer science. In our today's slides, we will be discussing on the topic that is array. In our introduction slides, we have already discussed about array. It is a non-primitive data structure. What are its properties? In this slides, we will be discussing about how data or information are stored in array in the memory location, what are the operations we are going to perform on array, and so on. So let's start. So what is array? Array is a linear data structure. It is a non-primitive data structure. It is a list of finite numbers of n homogeneous data elements. If there are n number of elements, we can say the size of the array is n. It is of finite size and consists of same type of data elements in an array. So all in all, array or linear array is a list of finite number of n homogeneous data elements or n number of similar data elements. Next, the elements of the array are referenced respectively by an index set consisting of n consecutive numbers. We have already discussed that array is a set of homogeneous data elements. It is of limited size or finite size, and it is referenced by the index set of index numbers, such as here in the diagram we can see this is an array of size 10, that from 0 to 11 we have 10 number of elements, and it is referenced by the index number starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on up to 11. All those are the index numbers. Next, the elements of the array are sorted respectively in successive memory locations. So since it is a linear structure, so respective to that, the memory allocations in array are contiguous. That is, each and every element are of similar or are of same memory size. Here we can see in the diagram that each block or each element is of 4 bytes. So that the first memory allocation is 200, next is 204, next is 208, next is 212, 216, and so on. So that means the elements of the array are sorted respectively in successive memory allocations, or we can say contiguous memory locations. In a next example of array, we can see it consists of character type of data with index number starting from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, and memory allocation of 1 byte. That is, first memory allocation is 200, next is 201, next is 202, 203, 204, and so on. So this is all about our array, that it is of a finite linear structure consisting of homogeneous data elements, and these data elements are referenced by index number or consecutive index numbers, and the memory locations are contiguous or they are stored in successive memory locations. Next, we will be discussing how an array is represented in an algorithm. So here is the format or syntax how the array is written or represented. It is first written with the data type, that is what type of data basically the array elements are of. Next is the array name, and next is the size of the array, that is how many numbers it actually consists of or how many data elements it actually consists. So the representation of array in algorithm is done by int array of size 10. Here int is the data type and array is the name of the array and size is the total number of data elements stored in the array. The number of elements stored in the array are called length or size of the array. The index set consists of integer from 1, 2, 3 and so on up to, for example, n number of elements. So the basic length or size of the array is calculated by a formula, that is length is equal to upper bound of the array minus lower bound of the array plus 1. So this is the formula to find the length or size of the array. So in this formula, we first of all need to know what is upper bound, what is lower bound, and to find the length we will do upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. So in the formula length upper bound minus lower bound plus 1, the upper bound is the largest index number of the array, that is the last or the biggest index number in the array is known as the upper bound. The smallest bound or the smallest index number of the array is known as the lower bound. Next, the elements of an array A is denoted by a subscript notation A1, A2, A3, or it can be noted by A with index number 1, 1 parenthesis, A, that is name of the array, with next notation or next index number, that is 2, up to n number of elements. Else it can also be noted in bracket form, that is name of the array A and in square brackets the index or position of the array. So we will be usually using the subscript notation or bracket notation to represent the array. We have to note one thing, that when the length of the array is equal to upper bound is when the lower bound is equal to 1. That is, the first element or the first index number is 1, then the upper bound is equal to the length of the array. So here we don't need to find out, or we don't need to put the formula and find out what is the length. When we can find that lower bound is equal to 1 or the value of lower bound is 1, then we can automatically find that the length of upper bound or the length of the array is equal to the upper bound of the array. So these were some basic things we needed to know about the array. In our next slides, we will be discussing about representation of linear array in memory. That is, how a linear array is basically stored in memory. So this is for this slides. Thank you.